Hi everyone. If you want your driver to love you, your woods to love you, and your irons to love you, you need to understand and practice your low point. That's what we're going to do today. If you can understand this, it will really help your golf game. So what is low point? Low point is the lowest point in your golf swing, where the club is going down and it turns back up. That's your low point, the bottom of your swing. To control where that happens will make your irons hit longer, more crisp, more just good, nice golf shots. It will make your driver go a lot further, because if your low point is on the wrong side of impact, it will be bad shots with irons and bad shots with your driver. So, how do we practice this? Most people I meet only need to have maybe a piece of rug or maybe just a towel. I have used the same thing for about 10 years. I put my old entrance mat maybe 3-4 inches behind the ball. The normal thing that happens if I let someone borrow this is that they will hit about here. That means that if they play golf, they actually hit the ground 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 inches behind the ball. I don't like to talk about hitting down on the golf ball. Hitting down makes us go very steep down on the golf ball. That's not what we're supposed to do. It's only a few degrees down. So if you can actually control that your low point is after impact, you will be okay. If it's way past impact, you will be very steep at the head of the golf ball. But if your low point is about maybe 2-3 inches after impact, that will be just fine. It doesn't need to be perfect. If you're not on the PGA Tour, it does not have to be perfect, but it needs to be okay. If you try this, probably this will happen. And that's actually a good thing. If you don't understand that something is really wrong, you're not going to do anything about it. But if you actually get the information that you're really bad at low point control, you have a chance to get better. So this is a good thing. Trying it again, you might have to actually just leave the rug or towel, whatever you use, leave it there and just try to find the ground. Just to find it. Brush the ground without touching this. Then when I feel comfortable, I can try again. But you need to do it again and again and again and again, because this is hard. You need to feel where your low point is, and you need some feedback if you're going to have any good practice. This is mostly about timing. It's about rotation and arm swing. So it's not always just practicing. You need to understand that if you go back and you do a very strong rotation before you start your arms, you're going to be very steep. And the opposite, of course, if you go back and you start your arms without any rotation, you will probably hit the ground way before the golf ball. But that's actually very good to know, because there's one club in the bag that really wants your low point to be around here. We'll get back to that later. Trying this is just first a feeling, but also understanding that if your low point, if you find out that your low point is about 4 or 5 inches too far in that direction, you need to tell yourself to move it. Move it forward until you find the right spot. When the right spot comes along, you will hit the ball before the ground and you will be just fine. When you do that, hopefully, it's a little bit too long. That's okay. You will hit a lot longer irons with really good impact, with a lot more control, because you hit the ball before the ground. But the normal, again, the normal I see that people really struggle with is they hit around here, a lot earlier in the ground. But you need to find your landing spot. If you find your landing spot, you will also find your low point. And you need to practice again and again and again. How about the metal woods? Well, the good thing with this club is the wide sole. The sole is actually made for you to use. The low point with this one is just at the golf ball. I don't want to hit steep. I can't lift it up because I will top it. So I need to find the low point at the golf ball. I only do a lot of practice swings. If I do that, I will know if I hit the ground over here or in front or pretty good. I would never hit this club before I find my landing spot just by the golf ball. Your practice swing should be like this, brushing the ground to find the right landing. Then, if we do this correctly, it will be hopefully okay. I overhooked it just a little bit, but it's okay. The hit was really nice, really crisp, because I found the low point at the golf ball. Again, irons, low point after impact. The club is going slightly down. This one should be just at the low point, so the club is going just along the ground. Your practice swing can help you do that. So if you have problems being too steep, just try to get your arms moving a little bit faster. Let your downswing take more time so you reach low point at the golf ball. And now the driver. Why is it so hard to hit up on the ball with your driver? Well, the biggest problem is that we've been talking about holding the lag for so many years that most people, they've never done it, but they still believe that's what they're going to do. Holding the lag will give you a club that is still high when you start to approach the golf ball, which means from a high point you will go down. You will hit down and probably pretty much with your driver. A steep attack down with the driver is the shortest golf shot in the book. Mostly it will be a slice. So how do we change that? Do you remember what we said about the irons? That it's a balance between rotation and arms and hands and club. It is. Here you really need to understand, to reach the low point about here, you need to go back, normal backswing, but you need to start your arms. So you can go down here. If you go up and you start with a rotation, your club will be high and will hit the ball from above. That means you're doing it wrong. You're hitting an iron shot with your driver, and the driver doesn't like that, so he won't love you. we need some help to find this too. If I put 3 balls almost a foot in front of the golf ball I'm gonna hit, I will find out if I do this correctly or not. If I go steep down, I will not only hit this ball, I will hit 1 or more of the golf balls in front. It will look like this. Back, rotation, steep. It's not a big slice, but it's not a big drive. It's really, really bad. So how do we do it? Now everything is back again. So if I want to do this correctly, I want the golf balls to stay there. I want to hit the ball on the upswing. I want to have the low point over here. That means I need to do a few practice swings to really feel that I'm going down early and make the change bigger than you think you need. Then everything will happen a lot sooner. Don't make small changes, make big changes, and that will actually help you get better faster. Don't be afraid to do it too much. Just try as much as you can. Move the low point back. Balls should still be there when I hit this one, and hopefully it will be a lot longer than the first one. It's at least, it's not twice, but it's okay. It's an easy 300 yards. I think most of you would like that. It's still a draw, stayed a little bit too much on the left side, but it's still on the fairway. So what you need to do to control the low point is first understand, then look at the golf clubs. Some you need to hit down, some you need to hit up, and some you need to hit just at low point. You need feedback. If you use something like this, and you use some golf balls, that's all you need to find out. The golf ball that you hit will tell you if you do it correctly or not. So this is very easy to practice, but it takes time to learn. Easy because you can do it, but it's really tough because it's golf. Golf is hard, takes time, but you can do this and get a lot better soon.